Hello, folks. I'm Neil,
I'm Herbie.
and we are I Will Always Love Video Games, and we have a confession to make, and we've been waiting quite a while to do this video. And our confession is we have been, in the past few months, dumpster diving at GameStop. And
Yep.
yeah, the reason we've been doing it is we came across a couple of videos, and it just seemed like a mild curiosity. Like, we expected to go check it out and see if there were posters or cardboard displays or, stuff like that. And we expected to find broken games, broken controllers and stuff like that. But the things that we have been finding more and more over the course of our dives over the past couple of months has led us to really open our eyes and see how awful and wasteful GameStop as a business is. Not only that, how cold-hearted they can be. And then you're probably thinking, what do you mean cold-hearted? Well, I stopped this morning, and I was completely shocked by what I saw. And I contacted Herbie once I found it, and once Herbie saw it, and there's a reason that
I hit the
he's
ceiling.
upset. Yeah, and, well, I may as well just show you guys. Here's why. Okay, folks, here's what I've got for you today. This was at my local GameStop dumpster. I haven't gone through this bag yet, but this one, look at this. Call of Duty Ghosts, whatever the hell this is, pre-order shit. A whole bag full of little Bilbos and little Emmets. Look at this. Look at this. These are all still sealed. Oh, and Xbox One controller stands. Seriously, this was all in the trash in a GameStop bag. Why couldn't they give these to kids? Look, you can feel the figure is still in there. They're still sealed. Give these to kids. Kid comes in and buys a game, and the mom's like, oh, he saved up his allowance to get a game. Well, hand them this. Makes the kid happy, and it makes them want to come back. Look at this. I don't even know if you can see with the video quality. Look at this. Lego is hot right now. All the Lego movie and all the Lego games and all this. Why throw this out? Why not give this to kids? You know what I'm going to do? Give one of these to my son. I'm giving one of these to my son. And I'm going to give a whole bunch of these away to kids. I mean, here's the Call of Duty wristband, whatever the hell, from Ghosts. I don't even know how much these go for on eBay. I'm sure they can go for at least like $5 a piece, but give them to people who pre-ordered the new Call of Duty. Why not? If you got these extra and someone's, going to pre-order the new one, whatever the hell it is, with Kevin Spacey with his dead eyes. Give them this. All this stuff that could be given to kids in the trash by GameStop. And I haven't even gone through this bag yet, but you can see there are games in there, among other things. Some codes. So ridiculously wasteful. It's a shame. So, now that you guys have seen that, you can probably see why Herbie was upset. Herbie, why don't you tell us why you were pissed off by what you saw?
Well, a few weeks back, I went into my local GameStop, and they had a promotional figure that came along with the Lego movie, but you could only get it if you pre-order, allegedly. Well, there was another one, the Sleepy Time Emmett, that also came out over at Best Buy. So I drove over to Best Buy, and I asked the young lady in the video game department if I could just outright buy the figure, and she said yes. And I was like, okay, I'll take two. So I bought each of these figures for $5. $5 a piece. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, Best Buy, they have the UPC in their system for just buying the figure outright. So I go to GameStop, and I ask them, hey, I didn't pre-order the game, but can I just buy the figure by itself? And they said no. Outright, no. And I'm thinking, okay, they must not have the UPC in their system to just buy it outright. Well, I went home, and I looked online, and I found out that there were ways and means of buying the figure outright without reserving the game. But they just chose not to do it. Nevertheless, the figures that they could have sold me, that they could have sold in the store, they just throw them in the garbage.
Yeah.
These are sealed poly bags. Adult fans of Lego, and even kids, would have loved to just, if they put those out on the shelf, or given them, like, tossed them into the bags of people buying the game, yes, I can understand. It would discourage pre-orders, because if you're just giving away but you're throwing them away.
Yeah. I mean,
put a sticker on it.
If the company had to pay for them anyway, if GameStop had to pay Lego or come up with a deal with Lego to get them anyway, and they're just going to go to waste, why not put them out on the floor? Why not put them out for people to buy? Or if a kid comes in and, wants to get a Lego game, it's like, hey, you like Legos? Yeah. Oh, well, here you go. I mean, that...
And it's not like these figures aren't sought after. You go on
No,
eBay.
go to eBay. Go to eBay and look. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, just go to eBay. It's right there. And the people that actually got these minifigures from their reserve, or you'll see some of these things where it's like 5 or 6 or 7 in a lot. I mean, yes, I'm very happy for you, Neil, that you found these, and I'm very, very thankful that you're going to very generously give me 2 of each one, because I'm a diehard minifigure collector. But what about all the other stores?
Yeah, how many other
GameStops
stores are doing
across
this?
the nation? If this is a common practice for them to do this, if it's not just isolated to this one store, how many of these minifigures are going into the garbage? I mean, yeah, I can understand games that aren't selling. The poor excuse of them saying, oh, we take the DS games out because there's not enough room on the shelves for the cases. Well, that's the reason why they're not selling. It's because they're incomplete. But I digress.
Oh, we'll get into that. Yeah.
These are exclusive to GameStop. You can't go to GamerDoc and reserve your game, and then they give you these minifigures, as far as I know. But if Lego, if this video somehow finds its way in front of the eyes of someone at Lego, and they see this poor business practice of, we didn't get enough reserves, so yeah, just throw them in the trash. They're giving GameStop exclusive right to do this, and I know that the Lego company itself has heart as a company, and they really care about their fans. I mean, they do their monthly mini build for their customers. They do the free mini build at Toys R Us with Emmett's car. As
we've seen in a previous video, for your loyalty, they give you a box, and you can come in and stuff that box with whatever you want on the rack.
It just boggles my mind. I understand corporate rules and whatnot, but anyone who handed down this email or this rule saying just throw them away. Oh, but this is just plastic. These are just figures. These are just toys. Well, you know what? Lego is a multi-billion-dollar business. Oh, they're just no. There are collectors. There are completionists. Look at the Mr. Gold figure.
Oh God,
People spent hundreds of dollars to find a Mr. Gold. And all the minifigures that don't sell at Lego, you know what they do? They send them back to Lego, or they open them and dump them out into the build your own minifigure. I don't know if you've ever noticed, you walk into a Lego store and you look in the, build a figure bin, and there's parts from minifigures from like so many series as back.
Yeah.
But now we got GameStop over here. Throw them in the garbage.
The thing is, I'm sure, I understand they can't sell them. Because,
That's just it.
Lego paid for it or whatever. But here's the thing. I know. But here's the thing. I ended up...
I'm raging out. I'm sorry.
I ended up having a discussion not too long ago with somebody who used to manage a GameStop. They no longer work there. And when I brought up some of the things I was finding during the dumpster dives, they kept coming up with all these horrible excuses. Ridiculous excuses. Here's a good one. I'm like, why don't they just sell this stuff for, like, dirt cheap? Oh, well, we're not allowed to sell them. Like, okay, yeah. If EA sends you a box full of Titanfall posters for pre-order, and nobody, you don't have enough pre-orders, there's like 50 posters left, you're not allowed to sell them because, then you're taking that money away from EA. Okay, put them in a bin, like on the side of the, register or something as a freebie bin. Or give them away to people who came in and bought, like, a certain amount of games, or they bought Titanfall new or whatever. Oh, well, wait a minute. Then she said, after getting into that, then she said, oh, if we just put stuff in a bin for free to give away, that would discourage people from coming in and buying the stuff or pre-ordering. And to that I said, absolute bullshit. That is 100% pure bullshit, because there's no guarantee that I can walk in and look at your freebie bin and get the poster for a game I wanted 2 months ago. That's impossible. You can't base it on that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I walked into GamerDoc specifically to see what they had in their 50-cent bin. I bought a whole ton of games from that, but you know what I also bought? I also bought a Super Famicom game for around $20. I came in the store for one thing, but also saw another that interests me. It's been shown that if you have something that will draw people to your store, they'll most likely get something else. You've got things like IHOP's Free Pancake Day.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of people come in there and just eat the one free pancake, but some also get sides and drink, not just water, and walk out with a full belly.
Yeah.
But that got their foot through the door.
And well, that's why I said in the video, like, why not give these to kids? A kid comes in to buy a Lego game, you know, it's his money, he saved up his allowance, whatever, and the parent is there. It's because obviously you want to make an impression, not just to the child, but to the parent too. Be like, hey, you really like Lego, don't you? Yeah, you know, I'm getting Lego Marvel superheroes. And it's like, well, hey, did you see the Lego movie? Yeah, I loved it. Well, here you go. Here's Emmett. That kid is going to remember that. Not only that, but the parent who's watching it happen is going to remember it too. And go, wow.
And go,
they're nice
man,
people here.
This guy, this employee, he's great.
This is awesome, and they'll come back. I also go to GamerDoc, and now I'm a regular customer because of their 50-cent bin. I mean, I go looking for the 50-cent bin, and sometimes it's got stuff that's good, sometimes it doesn't. But when I've been there, even if there hasn't been anything great in the 50-cent bin, I'm still buying something because I want to support a store that has that kind of generosity.
Yeah, the guys there are great.
Let me tell you something. I found what just came out this past Tuesday, Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs came out on Tuesday, and they had a midnight launch. Well, over the past 2 months, I've come across a total of roughly 7 huge Watch Dogs posters thrown in the trash. And not paper posters that are all bent and folded up. I'm talking the nice, thick, heavy cardboard that they put in the windows or they hang from the ceiling. Really good, huge, high-quality stuff in the trash. Meanwhile, here's this big, hugely hyped game, and there's a midnight launch. Why not give those posters to people?
The posters in a raffle.
Have like a raffle or a trivia thing, or if you're like the first, 5 people there, you get the poster for free. I mean, they were going to toss it out anyway. Why not give it to somebody? Now you got someone who not only waited in line to get the game, but because they were so dead set on being there and getting that game and giving GameStop their money, they also got rewarded with a one-of-a-kind unique item. These posters that they throw out, these displays they throw out, you can't go to fucking Walmart and buy this. You can't go to the store and buy it. You can only get it there. You can't get them anywhere else. They're unique. They're special. To be honest, the stuff that I have seen over the past few months in GameStop dumpsters, I would have much rather them send me that stuff with my power-up reward points than that shitty-ass bag I got a few months ago with the junk from, the 50-cent machine. I have found a complete copy of Assassin's Creed 4. Nothing wrong with it. Oh, I'm sorry, wait. It was a trade-in, and it was the Target version. It had the Target logo on it, and I guess it had some kind of bonus DLC because of it or something. But I open it up, the disc is perfectly fine, all the codes and paperwork is in there, and there it is in the trash. I've found a sealed copy of James Bond Nightfire for the original Xbox. I found complete Nintendo DS games, including Modern Warfare 3. There is absolutely no reason to throw that shit out.
And if they try to use any excuse like, oh, it was a trade hold and it was supposed to be evidence in a case for a theft. No, that evidence is taken by the court. It doesn't get thrown out by GameStop. It goes into evidence in the court hearing.
And again, oh, it's not selling. If it's not selling for the retail price it is, number one, it's probably incomplete because you replace the artwork with your shitty printed black, white, and red plain text artwork, which I've seen happen. It's either that or, here's an idea, put it in a 50-cent bin or a $1 bin. Put it in. Oh, it's an old game. Man, if you put like MW2 or COD4 even, I mean, now we're up to Ghosts and we're getting the new Call of Duty, but it doesn't matter. It's still a huge selling franchise. If you put MW2 for $1 complete in a bin, someone would buy it without question.
That and the Madden 12 that I found. You know what the price was that was on it? $29.99. It's not like it was marked down. Disc wasn't scratched. Manual was there. Sleeve art and everything. My favorite season of the Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
And it's in the garbage.
And
The
he
Bears.
found it, and it works perfectly fine. There's no excuse for this. Oh, well, you know, people don't want... what was it that the manager that I talked to said? She said, nobody wants 90 copies of Madden 10. Well, there is an organization called Get Well Gamers. It's an organization designed specifically to accept donations of video games across all platforms. I'm talking like NES, all the way up to now, to send to children's hospitals. Nobody wants 90 copies of Madden 10. Well, there are more than 90 hospitals in the country, aren't there? Don't you think that would really help GameStop's public image if you donated this stuff? But then, here's the real kicker, folks. Some of you might have already heard about this term. I had to see it to believe it, and I have seen it. People who work at GameStop every so often have to go through a process known as a field destroy. What this is they take games that are perfectly fine and purposely destroy them. They take scissors and cut right through the disc, or they take a razor and scratch the back of the disc deep to really ruin it, and then throw it all out in the trash. These are games that are perfectly fine and workable, and they purposely destroy them. Do you know how greedy, wasteful, and short-sighted that is? Especially when there are people of our age, you know, in their 20s and 30s, who are looking for, say, NES and Sega Genesis and even PS1 games, and they want the complete package, but they can't find it. They have to pay out the ass. Why? Because boxes got destroyed. Because manuals got destroyed. What do you think's going to happen to the secondary market 10, 15 years from now when you want to go get Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3 and you're paying out the ass because that specific copy has the case and the manual and the artwork? It's so short-sighted. And the excuse I heard for this from this same person who used to work at GameStop when I said, why? Why do you cut this stuff up? I said, here's an idea. Well, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. She said, they have to do a field destroy because they don't want people digging through the trash, taking the games, and bringing them back in for basically free, trade credit. I said, okay, that's understandable. I get that. But why doesn't GameStop do what, like, Blockbuster or other video rental stores used to do and put a non-removable sticker of some kind, on the ring or on the disc itself, where if you remove it, it leaves like nasty residue and it says void, or it rips off the artwork or something. So basically, no matter what, you couldn't bring it back in. You know, employees would know. Her answer to this was putting little stickers on the front of each disc. That would take too much time. I said, that's bullshit, because if your employees have enough time to sit with a pair of scissors and go through 100 games and put a cut in every single disc, then they have the time to peel off a sticker the size of the front of your finger and stick it on a goddamn disc. Complete and utter bullshit. And again, donate them. Put them, if you're going to sell them loose, put them in a bin. For dirt cheap, somebody will buy them.
And before anybody asks, I know that there's going to be a comment, someone saying, why are you complaining? Because you're getting this out of the dumpster. You're getting stuff for free. You're finding this stuff. Well, if this wasn't a business practice that they were having, GameStop would be a much better company.
Yes.
I would actually shop at GameStop. They didn't do things like this. If I found out that they were giving away Lego minifigures to kids, you know, like the Lego store and Toys R Us does, I will shop there. It's a really nice thing for them to do. If there's not enough space in your store to carry all of these games that have a demand, build a bigger store. I mean, look at eStarland. Have you ever seen pictures and video of their showroom? This is a mom and pop joint. You can't keep the door closed. There's so many people going in and out of that place. And GameStop looks at this business model, turns up their nose, and tosses these games and whatnot into the garbage. Yeah, on the one hand, yes, we are benefiting from GameStop's poor business practice. But on the other hand, if they didn't have this poor business practice, they would be making a lot of money from us.
And from many other people who know about this practice. I've seen whole YouTube channels and Facebook groups dedicated to this. And some of the stuff I've seen that gets found, I mean, I've seen people find consoles, Xbox 360s, PS3s. Oh, well, the disc tray didn't work. Okay, so someone paid $20 and sent it to eStar Land and got it fixed. I caught this person lying again when they said, we never throw out cases or artwork. What a crock of shit.
Or working games.
What a crock of shit. Or working games. I've found quite a few working games, and I've found, stacks of artwork and cases. And there's nothing wrong with them. Where are the games then? Oh, I'll tell you where the games are. They're in their little yellow sleeves in the fucking drawer behind the counter, so when you buy it, they can put it in their shitty-ass generic case. Why spend money? Why waste resources and spend money printing friggin' artwork and making cheap plastic cases when you already have the cases and the artwork there? Don't you think that would save them some money? You can tell me why?
I can tell you why. Ruining of the secondary market. You get rid of all of these sleeves, and you just have this generic sleeve art that says GameStop on it. If the person wants to trade that game in somewhere else, that's advertising for their store sitting on the shelf of another store. You go into GamerDoc, do you see any of those sleeves? Yeah, in the 50-cent bin.
Because that's not what real gamers want. They want the complete package. I want the sleeve, I want the case, I want the manual, and most of all, I want the disc. Everything complete. When I found cases for freaking Pokemon, and Pokemon games aren't cheap, and they're still in major high demand. All of them. When I found cases for that with the Nintendo Club Code still intact, with the manuals and that, I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? Because then you go in the store, and you want to know where the game is that manual and case went with. Well, I'll tell you where the game is, because it's a DS case, it's the size of your thumb, and it's hiding in a little glass case up against the wall, where if you want to go look for a game, you gotta squint your eye and hunch over and look for what you want. Yeah, that's real eye-catching. Very eye-catching. It'd be more eye-catching? The case with the artwork. I'm not going to pay $40 for a game from you, GameStop, just for the game. I want the whole goddamn game. And they say, oh, well, we don't have enough space for that. You know what? How about you get rid of your t-shirts, your candy, and your Walking Dead fucking action figures and shit, and make room for actual games at your game store.
That and all the cards for Candy Crush Saga.
Yeah, I love that card kiosk.
And whatnot.
That card kiosk is great. I mean, I get Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, bigger titles like Minecraft and that, but Cubics, Roblox, nobody's playing this shit. What do you have all that crap
and
for?
iPads.
Yeah, what do you have that crap for?
You know where I can get an iPad?
The Apple Store.
Anywhere else.
Or anywhere
GameStop.
else. They could be in the black all the time. They could be making a massive amount of profit if their posters, their displays, their quote-unquote unfavorable games that are perfectly fine, if they just put them out for free or for dirt cheap just to get people in the door. I don't get it. The amount of stuff that I've found just in the past couple of months is just staggering. I really don't know what to say. I mean, when you have a dozen other things to do with the items that you consider garbage, and you're just throwing them in the trash, it's just unbelievable to me. I have no words. I really have no words, and this is the final nail for me. Like, I said in my GameStop grab bag video that I'm done supporting them, and I meant it. I haven't bought anything from them since then, and this just completely cements it. I have no why am I going to support a business that's supposed to be selling games to gamers, and they're taking those games and throwing them in the trash? Why am I going to support that business? I'm not. And you shouldn't either. Anyone listening to this and watching this video and watching the other video that I'm going to share along with this, a companion piece, I guess you can say, think twice the next time you want to go into GameStop and give them your hard-earned money for something that, more than likely, if you didn't buy, they're just going to cut a fucking hole or line in and throw in the trash.
Yeah, just take your business elsewhere.
Eastarland, I would rather buy from Eastarland. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I hope that we, got through to a few of you, and I hope some of you out there, learned something about GameStop by watching this. It's, you always hear GameStop is evil, blah, 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 big evil corporation. Well, we're showing you the proof, and it's the truth.
Yeah, and by all means, GameStop, if you want to continue being in the red at the end of the year, just keep tossing that good stuff in the garbage, because we're going to find it.
That's true.
And we're going to save it for future collectors.
And give it to our friends, because that's what we do. Until next time, this is Neil.
And I'm Herbie.
And we will always love video games. Much, much more than friggin' GameStop. Have a good one.